What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we are back here in the basement to go over what? The AFL most embarrassing moments. This should be a lot of fun. There's nothing better than embarrassing moments in sports. It's what everybody signs up for. I'll explain that in a second. But first, subscribe, bell notice, like button. Drop some comments down below. You'll also find the link to this video in the comments down below. What I mean by that, guys, is when the embarrassing moments, what people sign up for, anybody that plays any professional sport wants the glory, wants the accolades, wants the trophies, but going along with that, when you go all out, you can have embarrassing moments. It can just happen. It can happen because you went too hard on a play, or it can happen because you were talking smack and it didn't work out your way. But everybody signs up for the great and the bad. That's my whole point in this. So this should be a real fun video. But before we get to that, it's fitting that we're doing this embarrassing moments today because you know who should be embarrassed? With the whole season on the line coming up. I'm going to do videos for the finals, the whole playoffs, everything. I'm going to do all videos on that. That's coming up, but I just want to briefly touch on a couple of embarrassing things. Two teams that should be ashamed of themselves. The Western Bulldogs and the Bombers. The Bombers. Sorry, Bon. Sorry, Flip. I know you guys are Bomber fans. They are two great Aussies that support this channel and support me along the way. So if it sounds like I'm about to trash your team, just know that I trash my own teams, and you guys know I do, and they deserve it. I'm sorry, they deserve it. First off, the Giants, the Bulldogs, and the Bombers were all right there, 44 points apiece going into round 23. 44 points apiece. They're all fighting for that 8th slot, running out of time in the season. The Bulldogs, if you will, they had the highest percentage points. We're just talking about points right now. The Bulldogs had 108.5. 108.5, I believe, was their percentage points, which was better than the Giants and the Bombers. Regardless, the Bulldogs are getting a layup game against the Eagles. A layup game. And for anybody that's going to jump in and say, no game's a layup, you can't sleep on anybody, I get all that. At least the Bombers played the Giants, who was also fighting for this 8th position and to get into the finals. When the Bulldogs are fighting a team that's fighting the Kangaroos to not finish with the wooden spoon, that is a layup game. You're supposed to be a playoff contender, a finals contender. Excuse my term when I use playoffs all the time because that's what we call it over here. But we're on the same page. When you get a team that you're supposed to be a playoff team, playoff caliber fighter, you should be knocking off a bottom feeder like the Eagles. Sorry, Eagles fans, but that's where your team is right now. I'm a 4 decades Jet fan. I understand exactly what it's like to be bottom feeder. And a New York Knicks fan, too. Spent many years down there, and I never denied what they were. So please, Bulldogs, you have no business losing to a team like that if you consider yourself a playoff caliber team. Enough on that. We're going to do whole videos on these things on a different video. The Giants and the Bombers. Speaking of teams that are trying to prove that they are a playoff caliber team, the Bombers, what was that? Did anybody even tell them that this game counted? That they actually had to show up? 162-36? 162-36. That's what the Bulldogs should have beaten the Eagles by. 162-36. Another Bombers. You consider yourself a team that's going to challenge or scare anybody with a game like that? That's not just a bad game. That is an annihilation. What was that first quarter? 45-6? Put it this way, the best quarter, I wrote it down, the best quarter was the third quarter where they lost 43-15. And by the way, that's the only quarter that the Bombers had double digits in. 45-6, 38-7, 43-15, 36-8. Wow. What was that? Bombers, you should be ashamed of yourselves. That was a disgusting display of footy. And the Bulldogs, even though the score was closer, you should be ashamed more than the Bombers. At least they lost to another team fighting for a playoff position. You guys had a layup game, and you blew it. You blew the opportunity, and you showed the whole world that you are not playoff contenders. And on that note, let's get into these AFL embarrassing moments.
Webster couldn't trap the footy. Lang gets hold of it. Gee, they've got some easy goals out the back tonight.
Oh, no. Oh, no, he didn't do that, did he? Oh, I love that. That happens in every sport. He was kind of just hanging out, talking smack. Isn't that great?
The footy. Lang gets
hold of it. Look at this.
Gee, they've got some
he should bang it through right now. Just run a little closer, just kick it through for the 6. But did he do that? No, look at him. He's hanging out. Situation in the Super Bowl years ago. I think it was 1994. Let's go with 1994. The 93 or 94, the Buffalo Bills played the Dallas Cowboys. Back-to-back Super Bowls. They played them twice. And there was a game where Leon Lett, the game was way out of hand. The game was way over. The Bills had their doors blown off. And Leon Lett is running down. He's running down the Cowboys. He's running down. He just picked up a turnover. And he's running in the end toward the end zone, doing this little dance and doing all this as he's running down the field. And Steve Tasker, I believe it was. Steve Tasker ran down the whole field, even though his team was going to lose this game, and smacked that ball out of his hand before he scored that touchdown. That is exactly what this reminds me of. The stakes probably weren't as high as the Super Bowl in this one, but that is exactly what happens when you talk smack and you're not paying attention. Bang, you get embarrassed. That is great. I love it. Love it.
Oh, he was messing around. Savage only needed a little.
Can't mess around. He feels stupid, too. You know he feels stupid.
Thought he was going to waltz in and kick an unmanned goal.
I love it.
Look at the blast from Savage. What a chase down. Can he reel and go up the middle? He finds an opportunity here with Blaine Johnson. He too goes. Casbolt can keep going. Give the handball, Woody. Oh, Levi wasn't looking. It ricocheted back to Wood.
Oh my gosh, man. Come on. What are these clowns doing? Oh. Every one of these is probably going to get backed up, guys. This is too funny. Look at this guy. Like, what is going on here? What is your thought process?
Finds an opportunity.
Here we go. Watch.
Blaine Johnson. He too goes. Casbolt.
Why?
Can keep going.
All right, lost control of the ball there. Why is he just not running with the ball? What are these two guys doing? Mo, Larry, and Curly, but one of the three is missing. Look at this. What are they doing? Why didn't he just run to be...
It ricocheted back to Wood. Levi took his eyes off the ball.
Like, what is going on there? 36 should have just kept running with the ball.
Oh, my golly gosh. Did you see
What a joke.
Billy's, Bruce, all his goals from the...
Oh. That ends up being a behind, right? Oh. How did you do that? Now, look, that's not as embarrassing as the other two because he right there, he just bit a bad kick, man. It's embarrassing, yes, because look at that. You have this much. You have all of this to hit, and you missed it. You just flat out missed it. I mean, all right. That's not. It was all he was talking smack and it happened, so that's all right.
He's coming. He's grinning, and then flushed it off the ankle.
Oh.
Just one this season for the big man. That's going through. Not quite. It didn't have the trip. It was only 25 metres out, Grizzle.
It spun out of control.
Oh, that's not embarrassing. He just short kicked it. I mean, 25 meters out. Yes, he should hit that.
He was celebrating too.
That one was a stretch for embarrassing, man. Okay, so he missed. So what? There's field goal kickers in the NFL that miss a 10-yard kick that they should hit all day. Miss a 20-yard kick they should hit all day. 25 yards, they should hit that all day. 25 meters, yeah, he should have hit it all day. It fell short, so what? I mean, yeah, it's embarrassing, but I'm sure that happens. It happens more than once during the season. That one was a stretch. That was a stretch to try to make that embarrassing. Not like these other guys. Come on. Let's get back to real embarrassing ones here. Oh! Oh, no! Come on, man.
Man, Stratton can't believe his luck. It ends up with Lake at half back.
Shuey from the pocket. They're home. No, they're not. He's dropped it, darling. He's still dropped it. Cripps, little one, bouncing. Rioli's tackles a beauty.
That's what we call hearing the footsteps. He took his eyes off the ball there, man. That's what he did. Watch. Turned toward the goal. He wanted to see where he was at and took his eyes off the ball. That happens, man. That happens a lot in footy. This is my first footy season, but I've seen that happen a lot. That one wasn't so embarrassing. It sucks. It sucks that it happened. There's no doubt about it. But that's just taking your eyes off the ball. It happens all the time. It happens in the NFL all the time. And he tried to make up for it, and now it's a mess. Forget about it. You ain't going to make up for it now.
Morris, the skipper tonight. Oh, boy. That's one of the all-time great Falcons.
Are we playing soccer?
Well, down to the third term, they've got something to be excited about. Game high as far as the Crows are concerned. The lead now is 9 points.
Oh, kicked the wrong way.
He kicked it the wrong way.
The Crows.
Every now and then you do get disoriented.
Oh, he kicked it the wrong way.
Through to Answorth.
I will tell you one quick one. There was a famous guy in the NFL. This is way back, probably late 70s. Jim Marshall of the Minnesota Vikings, Hall of Famer, one of the best defensive linemen of all time. They sack the quarterback. He picks up the ball. He picks up the fumble, and he runs the wrong way. And he's celebrating, running into that end zone, and it ended up being a safety for the other team. Like, it was 2 points to the other team, and he's running toward that end zone, just pointing up and just running, man. And he picked up the fumble and ran the wrong way. Look it up. It's Jim Marshall, Vikings fumble. You'll see it on YouTube. It is hilarious, man. That's embarrassing. So that guy there kicking it the wrong way is pretty bad.
And now it's Berry who just spirals one inside 50 and Lear's for.
Oh, and he dropped that.
You can't believe it. Cockatoo swoops on it. Brilliant pickup. Was he taking a high free kick?
Probably need a goal now. He might have to go for the miracle job.
Again, that happens in games. That's not so embarrassing. I mean, it's embarrassing, yes, but it's like the first two that we saw, a guy talking garbage and he misses. I mean, embarrassing because of something dumb you're doing. That's embarrassing to me. That's all part of the game. That's part of the game. You dropped the catch you should have caught. Yes, it's embarrassing, but I mean, that happens a lot in games. A lot.
Yeah. See if you can do it. He's a talented kid. And that's real talent. He has kicked that.
That's embarrassing. That right there. That was embarrassing.
So that'll be a throw-in, won't it?
That's
Come
bad.
back in. It hasn't gone back in. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's gone the second tier.
Game 248, so he's also heading for game 250 as well. Boy, they've let the song go already here.
Oh!
A touch early, giving us the
Another bad kick.
The first quarter here, and Carlton lead it by 7 points.
Quarter. He's launched it, and it's long, and it's... Well, radically, he might have punched that back into the field of play. That might have been a goal had he not touched it.
What?
So it rolls back out.
Let's see that again.
Levi?
What is he doing? That was a goal. Oh, he killed his own team. That was a definite goal. What was this guy thinking about? That's a bonehead play right there. That's embarrassing. That's a bonehead play. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And just going back to those bad kicks for a second. 1985, the New York Giants punter, Sean Landeta, seriously, was punting out of his own end zone. For understanding football, he was punting out of his own end zone in the playoffs against the 85 Bears. And he missed the ball. He didn't just kick off the side of his foot. He missed the ball completely. And the Bears scored a touchdown. He just missed it. He went the punt, put his foot up to kick it, and he missed the ball. Didn't even touch it. Crazy. What is this guy doing?
Oh, my goodness.
Out of curiosity, what was the score there? So Geelong was losing. They really needed that goal, too. They needed that 6. What is... Oh, that was definitely going in.
Oh, my goodness.
Love it.
The future of this club, Aaron Norton. Oh, no.
Oh, that was bad.
I
Again, it happens, but that was bad. That was bad. And they're losing. They need these points. They need these points. Fourth quarter counting down. You need these picks. That would have put you down by 10. Oh, dude.
Thought about passing it. In the end, he does. Cameron will pop it over the top, and McStart.
Oh, come on.
Oh. Wow. I thought we might see that again.
So here it is, easy handball over the top. Didn't hit it. Still should have taken that.
Oh, he should have had that, man. Hit your hands. You got to catch that, man.
Of course it is.
Come on, that was a perfectly placed ball,
Is that
man.
holding the ball? Ballantyne's coming in. Next to handball, the crowd.
Oh, my gosh.
He went to kick out of midair.
Oh, my gosh. What was that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Coming in. Next.
He tried to kick, so he didn't even catch it. He just tried to kick it out of midair. Well, I mean, in his defense, there is a little bit of pressure on him. Number 6 is coming up on him. So that's what we call hearing the footsteps. Hearing the footsteps. You heard the footsteps, so you're rushing a play you probably normally wouldn't have rushed. And look at this guy, man. He screwed that. Look at all that space. Oh, boy.
The handball, the crowd.
Oh, my gosh.
He went to kick out of midair. And the ball went.
So he's feeling funny. So anyway, guys, that's the video right here. As you can see, the link will be in the comments down below. Aussie things, man. This guy puts together such great videos. Please subscribe to his channel and take a look at the great videos he has on there. They're nonstop. They're hilarious. They're good stuff. So guys, right there, a lot of these plays, we started out with some good plays that were embarrassing because they brought it upon themselves. That guy catching the ball and running down toward the goal. Instead of just running and putting it through, he wants to play games and for whatever reason wants to dance around, do a little, of his own thing, and then what happens? He gets tackled. You don't see the guy coming running up on him because that guy's still playing. Still playing the game. He's screwing around. These other things are embarrassing moments. Yes, we've had them in baseball here, like Jose Canseco. Another one to look up. Jose Canseco is in the outfield for the Texas Rangers. He goes by the wall to catch a ball, a fly ball. I'm not kidding you. The ball hits him, not in his glove. It hits him in the head and goes over the wall for a home run. You have to look at that. YouTube, Jose Canseco, ball off head, home run, whatever. You'll see it, man, because it literally is like this, and it hits him in the head and goes over the wall for a home run. My own team, the New York Jets, Mark Sanchez, the famous butt fumble on Thanksgiving night. Years ago, 2009 or 2010, somewhere around there, in that area, Mark Sanchez, butt fumble. That's what you have to look up. He runs into his own lineman. His helmet went into the ass of his own lineman. He gets head snapped backwards. He fumbles the ball away, and the guy on the Patriots picks it up and runs it in for a touchdown. You can't make this stuff up. That is embarrassing. That doesn't happen. Now, when I said some of these things happen in games, that doesn't happen. That's the only time something like that has happened. And that was voted the worst blooper of all time, the worst embarrassing moment of all time. Mark Sanders' butt fumble. No other than my team, the Jets, have to own that. So these were a lot of embarrassing moments. These were a lot of funny moments that were going on in here. Some of horrendous kicks by these great athletes and professional players. So guys, I love doing these videos. These are a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the finals. We got some action coming up this week. I need to know what happens if the Lions win, Collingwood loses, and they end up tied. Does it go to percentage points for who gets that title? That when I'm talking about embarrassing, the Lions losing to the Suns a few weeks ago, had they won a game they should have won, they would be tied with Collingwood right now at 68 points apiece. But they didn't. Those are games where teams overlook another team. That's for another video. We'll do that on another time. But please answer that for, is it percentage points? Because Brisbane beat Collingwood twice. They've beaten them 6 times in a row to be technical, but they beat them twice this year. And pretty handily in both games. I believe the first game back in April was like 116 to 84, and this last one was 124 to 100. So they own Collingwood. They own them. Nobody else has a streak of more than 1 win in a row against Collingwood. We got 6. 6! So they've beaten them twice, so they end up in a tie. In a lot of the sports I watch, the tie goes to the winner. Who won the regular season matchups? Well, Brisbane did. They should be the one. But if it goes to percentage points, let me know what happens there. Anyway, guys, always appreciate the support on here. Subscribe, bell and notice like button. Find the link in the comments down below. I look forward to what you guys think and maybe what else was left out of here. Give me some ideas of what I should look up and what you guys want to see next. I will see you for the finals. I'll see you for a couple of the important games this weekend. I'm Johnny Baseman, and I am out.